I spent $400 on comic books this last weekend, so I got a lot of books to show off to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with Swaggle. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my recent comic book haul because this past weekend I found myself in the San Diego area and I was able to go to a couple of LCSs I've never been to before, and I basically walked away with about $400 worth of comic books. So a lot of cool stuff to share with you guys here today. But before I get into the books that I got, if you guys could drop me a like or a comment or subscribe if you're enjoying the content, help support the channel, do one of those things and I would appreciate it. Also, some other housekeeping. Yesterday put out my 5,000 subscriber giveaway video. So if you guys didn't get a chance to see that, definitely go check it out. I'll put a link in the description or annotation or wherever. You guys will find it. And if you want a chance to win one of the books I'm giving away, do the things that I tell you to do in the video and sign up. And yeah, just to reiterate, it's been an awesome journey. Again, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. And I really, really appreciate you guys watching the video. So I'm happy to give some books away, and I'm gonna need to do that because obviously I just pulled a bunch of books that I have right here. So let's get into the fun stuff here. Let's get into these books. And overall too, like as I share these books, I just wanna say, like, even in this crazy market, I made that video the other day or week or so that was about, are we in a bubble and the crazy prices and everything like that? Like, even in this crazy market, there are still good deals to be found out there. There are definitely still good deals to be found. Now, you may not be able to find the exact book that you're looking for, but when books find you, I always talk about that idea, let books find you. When they find you, you will be able to find good deals. And I think I found some good deals here today. So let's get into the books now. The very first one I got, this one is a very, very cool one. This is the one where it's like, when I give you guys spec ideas, I don't just throw them out. Like I believe my own spec. So this one I came across, which is a Fantastic Four, number 53. What is the significance of this? Well, this is the second appearance of Black Panther. This is also the first appearance of Claw, which is, Black Panther's one of his biggest rivals. This is also the origin of Black Panther, which is a very, very cool bonus as well. It's also the first appearance of Black Panther's father, T'Chaka. It's also the first appearance of, vibranium as being like a Wakandan vibranium, which is another cool idea. Or was another reason that makes this book special. So this is one that, I talked about this in my other video about undervalued keys. And I just thought that, for whatever reason, this book was totally underrated. Everyone knows Fantastic Four 52, first appearance of Black Panther is a great, great book. But, this is his second appearance. It's his origin story. And on top of that, it also has that first appearance of Claw. That's huge. So this one, I came across this for $40, which I felt like was a really good deal. It looks beautiful in this Mylar. It's not as nice as it probably presents to you guys right now. There is some spine wear, some tears on the spine. So it's probably a VG, but again, a VG, that's totally good for me in my book. So it'll definitely live on the wall behind me. In fact, actually in my video yesterday, I did have it on the wall behind me. So you guys might have noticed it already. All right, the next book I got here is a very cool one. This is one that I needed for my Avengers Grail run. This one is Avengers number 7. And what is the significance of this? Well, I'm not really sure if this book has any sort of significance other than the fact that it's a, early Avengers, number 7. Being able to get these, the top 10 definitely feels like those are some of the hardest to get as well. But I was able to come across this one. This was being sold at $80. So right around the price that you would expect to pay, maybe if I bought it on eBay, except I think that this grade is probably nicer than the lowest grades I'd be able to find on eBay. So $80 here, definitely worth it, especially since I made the game for myself that I would only buy the books that I come across in the wild. So number 7, happy to check this one off the list. I love this cover, by the way. I love the Masters of Evil here. Again, you're always going to hear me on this channel talking about Masters of Evil. I think that they're coming for sure. I think Enchantress is coming. I definitely would pick up some of their books if you want to spec on them. All right, the next one I got here, another cool book. I'm starting with some of the best ones I got. This is one that I've always really wanted and has been kind of underrated, I think, in the market for quite some time, although I think it's picking up now. This is Incredible Hulk number 102, his big premiere issue. You know, all of these big premiere books that came out in 1968, you know, were like the starts of all these superhero series. You know, we had like Tales of Suspense and Tales to Astonish. Those series ended, and then in 1968 they would launch the individual series for all the various superheroes. So I have that Iron Man one right there, you know, big premiere issue. I have the Captain America one somewhere behind me too, and now I got the Incredible Hulk one. So this one is really, really cool. Not a book that I was necessarily hunting, although I always was interested in picking it up. And this is the book that found me. You know, they were selling this at $75, I think it was, which is a great price. I mean, like, considering if I were to, you know, see this on eBay right now, probably be able to move this for around 150. So it felt like a half price purchase, which is good. This is again another VG. I mean, it does have a tear up here, but you know, it's not too bad. I mean, for my purposes, I'm totally happy with a book like this. So those three definitely, at least for right now, I'm definitely keeping in the PC. All right, the next book I have here is one that I was actually able to upgrade because I already own a copy of this book, and that is Journey into Mystery number 107. And what is the significance of this? Well, this is the first appearance of a character known as the Gray Gargoyle. Now, if you guys don't know, the Gray Gargoyle is one of those, you know, super silly B-tier villains, but he made an appearance in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the cartoon I always talk about. So, you know, if you're an Earth's Mightiest Heroes, you know, Swaggle Haas is after your first appearance. That's just how I operate. And so I already had a copy of this book, but this particular issue was a lot nicer than the one I have. The one I have is probably like a 3.5. This might be like a 7 or so. So this is a beautiful, beautiful cover, and this was being sold at $70. So I will instantly sell my my lower grade one, and I will keep this one, and I think I'll probably be able to sell it for about $70. So essentially, I'm just trading up effectively, which is always great to do with your collection. And you know, a lot of these books I probably will end up moving because, you know, for me, it's like, yeah, I spent $400, but I want to, you know, make some of that money back. I want to be able to offset some of the costs. So I'll probably be moving a lot of these books, like this one right here, which you guys saw in my giveaway contest, which is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #1. So I was able to find this book out there in the wild. I already have a copy, so I was able to find this one, which was also great. And not to mention that, I visited multiple shops, and I was able to find a second Marvel Secret Wars #1, except this is a newsstand edition, which is pretty cool. So very, very cool. I now own 3 copies of this book, which is incredible that I have that. So this is why, you know, one of the reasons why I'm so happy to give it out to one of you guys if you guys win the contest is, like, I now have 3 copies. So I gotta share the love with everybody. All right, the next book I have here, this is a Spec one. This is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #3. As you can see, I got it there for $5. And this is a Spec right now on the She-Hulk show. There's a first appearance of a villain who, of course, her name escapes me at this moment, but maybe you guys know. $5, Secret Wars #3. I figured, hey, let me just pick this up, hold on to it, and hey, if this spec comes to fruition, you know, we might be able to move that book and put it out into the market and gain some of that equity back. We're going to continue to talk about my comic book haul in a second, but before we do, let's take a minute to talk about Key Collector app. What is Key Collector app? Well, Key Collector app is an app that allows you to find hot and key comic books just in the palm of your hand. So let's say you're out there hunting in the wild in San Diego, and you're in an LCS, and you're hunting in the Secret Wars section, and you flip to #3, and you're thinking to yourself, hey, what is the name of that character that's supposed to pop up in the She-Hulk show? Well, you would be able to open Key Collector app, type in Secret Wars, and you would find that the first appearance of the character in Secret Wars #3 is actually Titania, and Titania is speculated to be in the She-Hulk show. So Key Collector app, very, very helpful, very useful in getting the information you may need when you're out there hunting. And the best part about Key Collector app is that it's actually free to use, but there is a premium subscription service. And if you use my promo code SWAGGLEHAAS, which you see there on the screen, you will get 2 weeks for free of this service, which gives you early access to hot books, spec books, and dollar bin dives that you may want to find when you're out there hunting. So definitely go check out Key Collector app, use my promo code SWAGGLEHAAS, highly recommend. All right, this next one here is a very, very cool book. Obviously, I was digging through the Secret Wars section, so I was able to find Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #7, and I got this for $2, guys, $2, which is a great deal. If you guys know, right now on eBay, this book is being sold at like the $25, maybe even the $30 range, because what is a significance of this? Well, this is the first appearance of Spider-Woman, right there you see her on the cover, except it's the Julia Carpenter version of Spider-Woman. So the Julia Carpenter version of Spider-Woman, a lot of people speculating that if we get Spider-Woman into the MCU, maybe the MCU is going to get her version of it, and that could be really, really cool. This is actually the Spider-Woman that I grew up with. When I think about Spider-Woman, I actually didn't. Jessica Drew Spider-Woman was more like late 70s, early 80s. This one was kind of like late 80s to 90s Spider-Woman. So for me, from my age range, that was the Spider-Woman that I always thought was Spider-Woman, the black suit version. So I always kind of had a little more of an affinity to the Julia Carpenter character than the Jessica Drew one, but that's just me. All right, next book I have here. This is a very cool one. Again, another $2 find. This is Incredible Hulk, number 345. And what is the significance of this? Well, this is just the sort of the classic 90s Todd McFarlane cover where he's pulling the Hulk title apart. And this is just one of those books that, like, just for the cover alone, people always want this book. This is definitely a low grade kind of readerish copy, but for $2, I decided to pick it up, and this will definitely be something that I kind of move on with and try to build some equity back into this haul. All right, a few more books here, handful of books here. Definitely a big haul. I mean, I spent a decent amount of money. All right, this is one that I talked about in my live stream, and I actually had pulled this up in my live stream, but I wanted to talk to you guys about this book today because nobody knows about this book, all right? This is Alias number 26. And what is the significance of this? Well, this is actually the first appearance of the prison cell known as the Raft. And with all the hype surrounding Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we saw Baron Zemo in the Raft, and if they end up doing the Thunderbolts, the Raft actually serves as the base of operations for the Thunderbolts. So the question is this book ever going to catch on in the market? Are people ever going to talk about this thing? We've seen other books that have location first appearances like First Madripoor that blew up during Falcon and Winter Soldier. But the question is, why hasn't the Raft first appearance blown up? I think maybe because people don't know about this book. It's also in like a weird kind of imprint. It's Max Comics, which is an imprint of Marvel. So kind of a weird book. But Jessica Jones is on it. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I'm not really sure why it hasn't blown up, but when it does, I will definitely be moving on with it. All right, the next book I have here is also a cool one. We talk about our second appearances. This is Marvel Spotlight number 3. And what is the significance of this? Well, this is the second appearance of Werewolf by Night. This is also the first mention of the Darkhold, which is the book that we saw in WandaVision. So came across this one. I think it was being sold at like $10. I felt like that was a pretty good deal. Why not pick up a second appearance of Werewolf by Night? Definitely worth it in my book. And again, if we ever see Werewolf by Night make an appearance in sort of the horror Marvel universe, if he ends up showing up, I definitely think his second appearance could catch fire later on. All right, the next book I have here is a very cool one. This is Incredible Hulk number 212. And what is the significance of this? This is the first appearance of a character known as Constrictor. Now, why do I care about a character known as Constrictor? Well, you already know he's in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And again, if you're in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I care about you. Additionally, he is a part of the Serpent Society. I've talked about the Serpent Society before. I'm a believer that we might see them eventually in the MCU. So I want to slowly pick up all their first appearances. As you can see, I landed this one for $2, which was a great pickup in my opinion. First appearance of a villain, be it a B-tier villain, for $2 is totally worth it in my opinion. All right, let's kind of rapid fire these next couple books because it's definitely been a big haul here. All right, next up here, Amazing Spider-Man 256. Every single time I come across this book, every single time, when it's being sold for like, let's say less than $4, which this one was like $3, first appearance of Puma, I just grab it. I have like 5 copies of this book. I don't know what it is. First of all, the cover just draws me in every single time. I think this is such a cool cover. And on top of that, Puma, he's my big spec, man. He's my big spec. I know, it might be a long shot to see Puma, excuse me, but I just feel like in the Sonyverse, being a Native American superhero / supervillain, he just seems like a natural to bring into the Sonyverse. So I definitely, every time I see that book, I pick it up. All right, this is one that I've always meant to pick up. This is Amazing Spider-Man 253, first appearance of a character known as the Rose, which the Rose, I believe, is the son of Kingpin. maybe correct me if I'm wrong. He's the son of somebody, I believe it is, but he's a criminal boss or a criminal, like, kind of in that underground drug world. First appearance of him. I always meant to find this book for like, a couple of bucks, and finally I came across it for a couple of bucks. I just wanted to have this because, for Spec reasons, I could see the Rose being a character in a Disney Plus show, like a villain or whatever. We got to have those villains, and he just fits the bill for like one of the TV shows because he'd be easy to execute. All right, last couple books here. Yeah, last couple books. This one right here, I found this in a dollar bin. This is a very, very cool one. I've talked about this before. Avengers West Coast number 55. And what is the significance of this? Well, this is the culmination of Acts of Vengeance. But I think the reason people really want this book as of late is that this is actually the first appearance of the Dark Scarlet Witch, which is a very, very cool thing, given that in WandaVision, we kind of got what we think is Dark Scarlet Witch. So this is a book that has definitely heated up recently, and I was able to find this one in a dollar bin. So definitely excited to come across that one, and I will definitely be moving on with my copy. All right, the next one here, these are very, very cool ones. And again, these are ones that I found for $2 each. So these are ones that I will be moving on with in order to kind of offset some of the costs of this lot. But I was able to find 2 copies of X-Men 239. And what is the significance of this? Well, this is the second appearance, I believe it is, of Mr. Sinister, but this is his first cover appearance. These books have gotten really hot in this current market. I see these going easily for, the $20 range. So for $2, definitely worth the pickups. And the last 2 books I got here, 2 copies of X-Men number 11. And what is the significance of this? Well, there is none, except for the fact that this is as 90s as a cover as it gets. And these are certain books like this Jim Lee cover, these Jim Lee X-Men's. These ones have heated up a lot recently. And I think that the reason for that is that there's just a nostalgia surrounding this particular Jim Lee run. And this cover seems to be one of the covers that people really liked the most. So I found 2 copies of this. I'll definitely be moving on with them to help offset some of those costs. Anyways, that is all I got for this haul today. Again, it was a great haul. I got a chance to go down to San Diego, and I found a lot of great books. I'm definitely gonna hold on to like the first couple that I showed you, and then these other ones, we'll see what happens in the market. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. Drop me a like, comment, or subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Be sure to enter the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. If you want to get a chance to win one of those books, you could get that first appearance of U.S. Agent Captain America 354. You'll get one of these Secret Wars books that I was able to pick up. So definitely sign up if you want to get a chance to win one of those, and I will see you in the next video.